What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K21 at Next Gen. Today, going to be doing the Detroit Pistons. Honestly, a team I'm surprised I didn't do a little bit earlier. Currently at 5-16, 15th in the Eastern Conference. Legitimately one of, if not the worst team in the NBA right now. And I've been getting a lot of comments about them recently. So I'm sorry it did take me this long, but I am very excited to do this rebuild. I actually don't think it's going to be as hard as many people think it is. But before we do get into this video, if you guys are new around here, make sure to subscribe. You guys have been killing it with the subs lately. And if you guys are new, we'd love to have you around here. And seriously, I do appreciate each and individual one of you. If you guys can leave a like on this video, let's see if this video can hit 200 likes. That would be absolutely awesome. And then, as always, feel free to comment your video ideas down below in the comment section. So, we take a look at the Detroit Pistons right now. Obviously, Jeremy Grant has been a very nice surprise. I believe he's averaging a little bit over 23.5 points a game this year. Super solid pickup for them. Two guys right here in Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin that I don't know if they're going to be on a team for a single game this simulation. Obviously, this team lost Christian Wood. I think that was probably a little bit of a mistake. I believe, I saw some people saying they paid Plumlee instead of him. I don't know if it was exactly going to work out like that, but if that's what it boiled down to, if somebody wants to let me know in the comment section, that's a tough L to take right there. But nonetheless, we're going to do my best to probably make this team a championship contender in hopefully 3 seasons, and obviously hopefully get at least one throughout today's video. Derrick Rose, I love the guy. I just think we can definitely get him a better home, maybe get a little bit more value for him, maybe a pick of some sort, especially because I definitely wouldn't. He doesn't really match up with our timeline at all. I would love to get him a championship here, but I just don't think he's going to be the guy for us. So he's definitely going to be moved. That's the one promise I can definitely make you right now. Blake Griffin does have a player option at the end of this year. It's for almost $40 million. As much as I do like Blake Griffin as a player, I just don't think he's worth $40 million anymore. Maybe at one point in time in Lob City he was, but not anymore. So hopefully I cut that out after I stopped talking about Blake Griffin. Yeah, I just had a little bit of a coughing attack right there. Sorry, I'm turning my heat down. Josh Jackson, former 4th overall pick. The Phoenix Suns ended up taking him. Obviously, his time there did not work out too well. On a pretty cheap deal for 2 years, 76 overall. Definitely could be a potential decent bench piece for us at some point in time. Something that's a little underrated about this team, Svi Mykhailiuk obviously is a decent, nice young piece of this team. I'm more focused on guys like Saddiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, Killian Hayes. I believe all 3 of these guys were first-round picks for them in this past draft. Obviously, Killian Hayes was number 7 overall. I'm definitely going to be starting Killian Hayes here, number 1. He develops super nicely. I see him win most improved quite a bit, so I'm hoping he can, hopefully turn out something pretty solid for us today. I've actually traded for him at some point. Sekou Doumbouya as well, their 15th overall pick from last year. Shined a little bit, but I think he might ultimately end up being a bench piece for me at the most. Could be a trade piece as well. So a lot of nice young pieces on this team, honestly. Definitely seen, worse futures. I'm hoping Jeremy Grant can kind of be my guy going forward. I don't really know, though. We'll have to, address that once we do get there. So we're definitely going to start this off with a Derrick Rose trade, and I'll see you guys with that first move. So definitely not a trade I thought I was going to be getting offered, but the Chicago Bulls want to give me Lauri Markkanen for Derrick Rose. We also have to give him an unprotected pick in 2024. By that point in time, I think we're going to be a pretty solid team. So Lauri Markkanen's going to come in here, probably replace Blake Griffin, which means Blake Griffin's time here has definitely come to an end. I would say there was probably maybe a 25% chance that I didn't trade him year number 1 because he was obviously going to, pick up that player option, but now with the addition of Lauri Markkanen, I think that kind of, his times here has come to a close. So also I do have to make a decision here because I do have Mason Plumlee, Jahlil Okafor, and I do want to get Isaiah Stewart some playing time. I mean, he was their 16th overall pick. It'd be kind of dumb to not let him play, especially in a team that's just definitely not going to win anything. Definitely probably not make the playoffs as well. So it's either Plumlee or Jahlil Okafor. I'm probably going to trade. I don't know. Obviously, if either of them was on a 1-year deal, I'd definitely trade them. I think Plumlee's just going to, it's what it's going to boil down to is who has more trade value. So if I were to throw Blake Griffin and Mason Plumlee into a trade, I don't need anybody that good. Here's the thing. And obviously this is a lot of money to be trading. So yeah, we don't really get anything there. If I could maybe do some sort of money dump with Blake Griffin, maybe pick up some sort of decent pick as well. That's a no. See, this is the problem. We're not really getting many trades. I would do this with the Knicks. Would they give me a first-round pick as well from Dallas? They want Svi, a 20... That Dallas pick's not going to be that good. I really don't think so. We could do this deal. See, there's just not really a good deal here. That's the thing that sucks. We could pick up Will Barton to come off the bench. Do we have a backup small forward right now to back up Jeremy Grant? I could just do Doumbouya, but I honestly might do this. Or honestly, maybe I'll let Blake come off the bench for a year, and then we'll address the trade this offseason. Because I do want Saddiq Bey to play, but he still probably will develop a decent amount. So yeah, maybe I'll just let Blake Griffin ride out for a year. Maybe I'll try to trade him for a pick in this upcoming draft. I do probably want to move Wayne Ellington, though. Killian Hayes will definitely be starting. I don't have a problem with Delon Wright being the backup. So Wayne Ellington, maybe I can just get some sort of second-round pick for. Again, don't expect much value there. So I just don't really see him fitting on this team, honestly. So any sort of pick Anybody wants to give me? Nope, not a single pick. I meant a first round pick. Nothing. Cool. I don't really know who I'm going to trade him for. Honestly, Vernon Carey Jr., just because he's younger. That's fine by me. So, we're not going to go ahead and set this rotation right here. We're going to be in a 10-man rotation with Dwayne Casey. I'm not a huge fan of Dwayne Casey, but let me set this rotation. I'll be back. So, something I forgot about real quick is I do want to get Isaiah Stewart some playing time, so I definitely need to trade one of these centers. I'm thinking it's going to be easier to dump Okafor for a pick just because he's basically on a minimum deal right here. So, I think it definitely shouldn't be too hard. Plumlee's obviously making a decent amount of money, so he's obviously a little bit harder to trade for. And Javonte Green, first-round pick from the Celtics, not a bad trade at all for us. So, the rotation is set here for year number 1. Here's how it's going to look. Killian Hayes, Josh Jackson, Jeremy Grant, Lowry Markkanen, and Mason Plumlee. Bench unit, Blake Griffin's going to be running as the 6-man here, 23 minutes a night. I need to swap these two. Sivy McKay, 16 minutes a night. Delon Wright, Sadiq Bey. I need to swap these two as well. And then Isaiah Stewart's going to be getting 10 minutes a night. Sekou Doumbouya is here if we need him. And then, the rest of the team's the rest of the team. It's not obviously anybody amazing. But this is probably not going to be a playoff team. I'd be surprised if we snuck in. Honestly, though, with 2K, you never really know. So, this is going to be the starting rotation for now. And I'll see you. Wait, do we have our first-round pick? That's definitely something I need to address. We do not. Who in the hell has our first-round pick? Okay, it's lottery protected, and it's in Houston. That's fine by me. All right, I'll see you guys at the end of year number 1. So as I expected, not a very good first season. As you can see in the top right-hand corner of your screen, 15th here in the Eastern Conference, 30th, so dead last in the power rankings. But we're obviously going to have a top 3 pick, which is hopefully a top 3 pick, which is obviously going to be nice. Giannis Antetokounmpo, MVP for the Milwaukee Bucks. LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year. Dinwiddie, 6-man. Giannis, also Defensive Player of the Year. Chris Boucher, Most Improved. Ty Lue of the 57 and 25 Clippers is your Coach of the Year. Clearly, we are not in the playoffs. Let's go ahead and check out some player stats real quick. Yeah, so, here's the thing. Jeremy Grant's averaging, almost 24 points in real life. That's just kind of where the unrealistic aspect of 2K. Look, I get it. I changed up this lineup. I traded Derrick Rose. I added Lowry Markkanen. I know it's obviously not going to be the same, but he should definitely be 20+. That's my thing where I'm a little iffy if I'm going to be able to win a championship with him starting, especially as he was clearly the number 1 option. This is probably going to be the only season where he's clearly the number 1 option. So that's where I do get a little bit nervous, but obviously we don't have a problem. We can live with it for now. He's on a multi-year deal. It's not anything we have to worry about right now. Brooklyn Nets do go on to win the finals. James Harden gets a ring finally, does go on to win finals MVP as they do beat the Pelicans in 6. We now head into our first offseason right here. It is definitely a big offseason. We're going to head to league meetings real quick. Obviously, none of these got put through. If you guys want to pause, take a look at those real quick. I know some of you enjoy that. Feel free. We are now in the draft lottery right now. Excuse me. We are projecting number 1. It says it's going to the Rockets. It's actually lottery protected. So let's see what pick we end up with. And we end up with the 3rd overall pick. So it's not that bad. I can live with it. At least we didn't drop down to 5 or anything. Dwayne Casey, just no. I've never really been a fan of Dwayne Casey. I'm not going to lie. I'd honestly just like to clear house here and hopefully just get an entire... Oscar Fleming's fine, but basically an entire new staff. Obviously, there's no ace trainer today. That's just... I need an 8 trainer right now, but I don't have the option of that. We actually do have a pretty decent budget, so I wouldn't mind trying to bring in Stauffer, and then I can worry about the rest after. So I can't afford it, but I can't afford Stauffer, who has 2 really solid ratings right here. And then hopefully we can get Peterson as well. And then assistant GM, my boy Owen. Oh boy, he's definitely not going to accept that. Wow, Owen Masters goes super under the budget and does accept that. And Logan Smith does as well. So this is going to be our staff moving forward. Pretty solid staff right there, if I do say so myself. We're going to head up to the NBA draft now. Obviously, as I mentioned, 3rd overall pick. I don't really know what I want right now, though. That's my problem. I do want Evan Mobley. I've only really gotten him once. I feel like I wouldn't have I feel like you guys wouldn't have a problem if I got Evan Mobley. Now, here's the thing. He is the number 2 overall prospect. I think what I'm going to do is if Evan Mobley doesn't go 1st overall, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop into the draft. If Evan Mobley doesn't go 1st overall, which I've definitely seen him go 1st, and then I'm going to probably just pass up on him. If he doesn't go 1st, then I'm going to try to trade up to number 2. So Cunningham goes number 1. That's very important. So who has the number 2 overall pick? It is the New York Knicks. So let me go ahead and try to make a trade with the Knicks right now, as they do own the 2nd overall pick. They also just don't really need a center, so I kind of could risk it, but, it is the Knicks, so they might do something stupid. I have no problem including Mason Plumlee in this deal, and they agree with that. That's all it took. So we're going to be picking up Evan Mobley here, 2nd overall. If you guys have, I forget exactly what rebuild I got him in. Was it the Celtics rebuild? I don't know exactly what I got him in, but he was an absolute stud for us. And whatever rebuild I did get him in. We don't need the 20 star. Actually, they aren't even going to give me any trade offers. So we can just send him at the end. He was an absolute stud, and obviously the center spot's kind of, one of the bigger spots we don't have locked up. I could have gone Jalen Green as well at that shooting guard spot, but I'm very comfortable with Evan Mobley right now. So we're going to be picking him up 78 overall. Marcus Garrett out of Kansas. I think I've definitely heard that name before. I'll have him on the bench just as a bench piece. It's honestly not the worst thing in the world. So Blake obviously accepts that was going to happen. Rodney Magruder, we're throwing it back to some cheesy Massa right now, where we do go ahead and just, kind of trade these guys for picks. So Larry Marketing, 1,000,000% getting that qualifying offer. Sivy McKayek, it's only $2 million. I wouldn't mind bringing him back. He's at 76 overall right now for us. So what I'm going to do right now is try to, capitalize on some picks right now with some guys on this team that are probably not going to be here much longer. I'm going to start out with Delon Wright. Not a bad player, just I think I'd rather take a first-round pick from, actually, it was our first-round pick that we took back from, I believe, the Derrick Rose trade. So, along with him, Rodney Magruder is definitely going to be moved now. The Grizzlies want to give me a pick. It's actually a Golden State pick, and I believe that should be it for now. David, when I can't say your name, it's just honestly time for you to go. Vernon Carey Jr., I think he could be good. He's just never going to play for us. So 2 firsts from the Chicago Bulls. That's absolutely perfect for me. And now we enter free agency. We take a look at this bare bones roster right now. Killian Hayes obviously going to be starting. I would maybe like to get an upgrade at the starting shooting guard spot. Maybe Blake Griffin could be included in some sort of trade for that right there. So let me see if I can work on a Blake Griffin trade. If not, I'll see you guys with me re-signing Markkanen. So I tried to trade for Klay Thompson. It ultimately was not happening. I think Zach LaVine is not a bad second option right here. I'm honestly surprised that the Bulls have, it's basically an extra $20 million a year that Blake Griffin's making. So I'm honestly surprised they can afford it. I'd throw in Josh Jackson as well, and then you can have the guy we just took in the second round, Marcus Garrett. I'd also be willing to give up basically as many picks as you wanted. Yeah, again, it's not one of those things I just think's going to go through. Okay, wow, it actually did. So, Zach LaVine, welcome to the team. Definitely going to be our new starting shooting guard, and I'm super pumped about that. I don't have a problem with Dumbuya coming off the bench to back up Jeremy Grant. Obviously, we're going to be re-signing Markkanen, and Stewart will back up Mobley. And then this team's in a pretty good spot. I honestly think Zach LaVine's not going to have a backup. I need to sign a backup point guard, and obviously need to get Markkanen back as well. And then we're in a pretty good spot, honestly. I think I'm actually just going to let... Markkanen actually has 2 offers. The Nets are giving him a $5 million deal. So I'm going to let Markkanen get through the first couple days. Because then I'm not going to, do the glitch where he ends up, is that a trade exception? That is. Those are actually all trade exceptions. Where he just gets his qualifying offer. I actually wouldn't mind paying him. I think he definitely could be beneficial. He's going to get an offer from the Heat's 3-year deal. We're just going to go ahead and match that. So welcome back to the team. It's obviously a pretty big pickup right there. So we're all set, and I just need to sign a backup point guard now. I do have some money. Spencer Dinwiddie could be an option, but I'm not really interested in that. You guys want me to sign Dennis Schroeder all the time? I'll meet you in the middle because you guys want me to always start him. I'm just going to go ahead and, he's going to come off the bench behind Killian Hayes, but he's definitely going to be a big addition to the bench unit. So I'll definitely get him in a video at some point in time to start. I don't know what the obsession is with Dennis Schroeder, but it's like a lot of you. Like if it was just one person commenting it over and over in every video, I'd be like, okay, you just have a Dennis Schroeder fetish or whatever. But it's like 4 or 5 or 6 of you that legitimately commented like every video. So I don't know what happened and why you guys like Dennis Schroeder so much, but cool. Welcome to the bench, I guess. Obviously, he's a better player probably right now than Killian Hayes, but I think Hayes does need to develop a little bit. So this is the squad right now. I'll see you guys the rotation at the start of year number 2. All right, so we're here at the start of year number 2 right now. This is how the starting 5 is going to look. Killian Hayes, Zach LaVine. Obviously, Zach LaVine's a huge new addition to this backcourt right now. I'm not going to lie, he looks really weird in the Detroit Pistons jersey. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I'm sure Pistons fans would love to see it, obviously. But that's a pretty good backcourt. I think it's definitely going to work out. Also, you'll see in a second, Hayes and Schroeder actually are the same overall. Schroeder went down in overall, and Hayes jumped up 3. So the decision was pretty easy for me. Jeremy Grant still, he looks high as fuck in that picture. Jesus Christ. Like, am I the only one that thinks he just looks stoned out of his fucking shits? No? I don't know. He's going to be our starting small forward for now. Again, we will obviously see how this team does this year. Obviously, we've made some pretty big additions to this squad, but I don't know if I can win a championship with him starting. I'm not going to lie. Larry Markkanen obviously back on a brand new contract, hopefully for another pretty solid year out of him. And then our second overall pick, Evan Mobley. I need this dude to just be an absolute stud for me on the boards. Dennis Schroeder going to be our 6th man here, 25 minutes a night. Sadiq Bey, 18 here at the backup power forward spot. Isaiah Stewart. And then at Sekou Doumbouya, as you can see as well, Sivy McKayek ended up accepting his qualifying offer. So not that Zach LaVine necessarily has a backup, but if he does need one, Sivy, whatever the hell it is. I suck at names in general. If you think it looks like they just shuffled the alphabet and put it in as his name. So I honestly can't say it, but he'll be here if we need him. So that's the squad for now. Maybe a playoff team. I'll see you guys in year number 2. So this team was kind of around where I thought we were going to be. We ended up being a 7 seed here in the Eastern Conference, so we are in the playoffs. Definitely some improvements from last year where we were literally the worst team in the NBA. 13th in the power rankings as well, if you do care about that. Luka Doncic, triple-double on the year, does win the MVP award. Evan Mobley, Rookie of the Year for us. 15.5 points, 10 boards, almost 4 assists. Very solid season from our second overall pick. Spencer Dinwiddie, 6th man of the year. Jonathan Isaac, Defensive Player of the Year. James Wiseman, Most Improved. Monty Williams, Coach of the Year. I'm not sure who he's coaching. Oh, it's the Phoenix Suns. We do go 45 and 37. Honestly, not that bad. We're going to check out some player stats right now on the season. Zach LaVine, unbelievable year for us. Evan Mobley was actually our second leading scorer. Hayes getting up there as well as Schroeder, Markkanen. This is what I mean with Jeremy Grant. Like, he's a great overall. I'm not going to lie, though. He's probably going to be traded this offseason. It's just how it is. Especially at the small forward spot for me. I need a guy scoring 20-plus points per game, and obviously 2K is just not going to allow him to do that right now. So, before we do think about trading him, though, we do have a playoff matchup here with the Philadelphia 76ers. Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle, whatever the hell it is. Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid starting five. So they move Simmons to the small forward spot. Not a bad idea. And we lose in 7. So we take a pretty good team to 7 games. Wow, the Bucks were an 8 seed. Okay, I saw an 8 seed, and I was like, what the hell? I don't mind seeing the Celtics win. Jason Tatum at the age of 19 out here winning a finals MVP. It's a joke. Relax. Because I just know somebody, he's 24 years old. I fucking know. Relax. All right, we're going to head up to league meetings right now. None of these are going to be put through. Again, feel free to pause if you do care about them. Draft lottery right now. Obviously, we don't really have a pick in here. I do not think. I don't see the Pistons anywhere unless I'm just, out of my mind, confused. But no, Sacramento ends up with the number 1 overall pick. Hopefully, they don't screw it up like they screw up pretty much everything with their franchise. We're going to have to go ahead and fire him. Sean Navarro is going to come in here. He's going to be our new trainer. I need those 3 untapped potentials. Then we'll try to get Oscar Fleming. Yeah, he's not going to sign. And then how about Walter Forrest, who I don't think I've ever signed. Oh, wait, we actually got Fleming, so that's fine by me. All right, we're up to the draft right now. I don't know if we have our first-round pick. I believe Houston probably does have it, and yes, they do. So we have the 21st overall pick in the second round. I really don't need that. We have a lot of young talent on this team. We need to get some established veterans. So this is a thing of beauty right here, that we have all these young guys, 3 21-year-olds and a 23-year-old, all coming back, all pushing 80 overall, if not already there. Mikhailiuk probably not going to be coming back. I'm not going to give him that qualifying offer. Honestly, the game might glitch and give him a qualifying offer anyways. I have seen it happen before. So we're obviously in a very big free agency right now where we do have a little bit of money. What I might try to do is, if we look at this free agency right now, we just got to think about realistically, who the hell is going to want to come to Detroit. Like, Jimmy Butler, I might just go after him. Like, how much money am I off from him? Jimmy Butler, he's asking for 37. I have 20. So I need to clear up $10 million. And obviously the easiest move right there. Oh my God, Zach LaVine's a free agent. I'm fucking stupid as shit. Never mind, Jimmy Butler's not happening. Way to get my hopes up. Okay, unless I can trade. Hold on a second, I'll be back. So I'm going to shoot myself in the face for even thinking about doing this right now, but the fact of the matter is that if I pick up Tyler Hero right now, I'm going to have enough money to get Jimmy Butler as well. So, they don't want to do that, just literally take whatever picks it takes. Come on. There we go. So, we now have the whitest of all white on this team right now, and we have enough money to get Jimmy Butler, and we are his only major offer. So I'm really hoping he ends up accepting it right now, and he does. Welcome to the team, Jimmy Butler. It sucks letting Zach LaVine go. I really didn't want to do that, but Jimmy Butler he's Jimmy Butler. Like, I have to do that when I get the opportunity. So we're going to slide white boy here up to the shooting guard spot. He's going to be our new starting shooting guard. I mean, theoretically, he's only a single overall off of what, Zach LaVine was, so it's actually not that bad when you look at it on paper. But, yeah, I'm still a little iffy on it. So, this is the squad we're going to be rolling with as of now. Schroeder's going to still remain off the bench here. Tyler Hill will definitely have a backup. I think Doumbouya is probably going to get traded for a backup backup shooting guard, just because I don't really think he's obviously going to slide into that spot right there. So, Sekou Doumbouya we have 2 first-round picks. Let me look for a new backup shooting guard to back up Tyler Hero. I like Tyrese Maxey, but I do get him a decent amount. Who's Josh Christopher? 13th overall pick from Arizona State. Could be an option for me. And by the way the trade offers are looking, Josh Christopher, another young player. I would have maybe preferred a little bit of a veteran, but I'm honestly fine with it. Hopefully Jimmy Butler can just lead this team to the promised land. So this is the squad for now. I'll see you guys at the rotation at the start of the third and final year. So the start of year number 3, the third and final season. This is how the starting 5 ends up looking out. Obviously 2 new additions here. Actually, didn't even really go over it. They're both Miami Heat players. So yeah, we'll see how it works. Obviously, these 2 were in the NBA Finals just a couple years ago in this simulation. So I don't know. We'll see. Killian Hayes is obviously developing pretty nicely, though, up to an 84 overall. He actually starts at a 73, so this is a pretty big jump. Again, I'm hoping he can have a pretty much close to all-star year. That might be a little bit of a stretch. Him and Tyler Hero next to each other in a backcourt. We will see how that works out. Jimmy Butler, hopefully, picking up the majority of the defensive end of the basketball here. I actually don't care if Jimmy Butler's our leading scorer. He probably will be, but if he's not, I'm fine with it. I just think when you have a guy like Jimmy Butler on your team who's an amazing two-way player and obviously, just overall great basketball player, it definitely helps. Lauri Markkanen, I'm hoping he can take a step up. Low-key, 14.8.5, it's not bad, but I was kind of expecting a little bit more from him. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting more around 20 points per game. And then Mobley, who, to my surprise, I sent to untapped potential. He was an A- potential. I sent him to untapped potential. He was still only an A-. I thought for a second overall pick, he'd be at least at an A, but Yeah, he's still an 81 overall. We'll see how he's doing by the end of the year. The bench unit's super solid. Dennis Schroeder going to remain as our sixth man here. Sadiq Bey developing nicely. Same with Isaiah Stewart. And then Josh Christopher, we just traded for a 13th overall pick, who literally hasn't played a minute in the NBA. But that is the squad for now. Let's hopefully go get a championship. So it was a great great regular season for us. Again, I didn't catch the record because I just spend my time on Twitter while we're simming the year. But first in the Eastern Conference, number one in the power rankings as well. I'll take it. Luka Doncic back-to-back triple doubles on in years. Jesus, I really can't speak sometimes when I record these late at night. Yeah, gets another MVP. Victor is your Rookie of the Year. Spencer Dinwiddie, sixth man. Jonathan Isaac, Defensive Player of the Year. Sekou Doumbouya. This is what I was talking about. I said this in the video yesterday. Whenever you trade somebody who is coming off your bench, I don't care who it is, they always win Most Improved. Like, it always happens. Somebody please let me know if I'm the only one that notices this. And Taylor Jenkins wins Coach of the Year. Were we not? We were snubbed. Mike Stauffer just snubbed. That sucks. Let's go ahead and check out some player stats on the year right now. Killian Hayes actually led us in scoring. So, wow. We actually didn't have a single 20-plus point per game scorer. That's interesting. I actually wonder, like, obviously, if we don't win a championship, it doesn't count. But if somebody can let me know in the comment section, has a team ever won a championship with not having a single player score 20-plus points per game? Off the top of my head, like, I can't think of anything. I was going to say the Dallas Mavericks in 2011, but there's no way Derrick wasn't at 20-plus points per game. So I have no idea, actually. Somebody let me know that down below in the comment section. But we do have the Chicago Bulls here in the first round. Cade Cunningham, Elijah Hughes, Pat Williams, Julius Randle, Wendell Carter Jr. Obviously, we took Larry Markkinen from him. Had a stroke again for a second. And Zach LaVine. So, yeah, that kind of sucks for them. And we are up 3-1. We do end up, quick gentleman sweep there. Moving on to Orlando. Cole Anthony, Markelle Fultz together in a backcourt. That's interesting. Jonathan Isaac, Chuma Okeke, and Nikola Vucevic right there is the starting five for Orlando. Oh, my God. They might have blown a 3-1 lead. Jesus Christ. Us and the Celtics here, who are probably going to be our toughest opponent. Them and Denver could have some competition. I'd pay money if we could face Sacramento right now. But Kemba, Brown, Tatum, Usman, Garuba, and Clint Capella, that would be a great addition for them in real life. Fresh off a championship. And wow, we win at 6 and we get Sacramento. Never mind, they have Amoni Bates, who was literally just drafted and he's now a 91 overall. Never mind. I need a new 2022 draft class. He's a rookie, and he's a 91 overall. Please, somebody find me a new 2022 draft class. And we do end up winning in 7. Let's go, Jimmy Butler. Looks like he just locked down Amoni Bates. Not the best stat line, but I do not care because we got a championship. So, as always, if you guys are new around here, please do make sure to subscribe. If you guys, could help me out on the road to 30K, I'd appreciate that one a lot as well. Let's see if we can get 200 likes in this video. Please do me a favor and leave a like down below. Comment what videos you want to see next. I know I mentioned this at the end of every video. If you guys are still with me, it's decently important. It's not that decently important, but it's not going to affect you guys whatsoever. But I'm recording this on Wednesday night. You guys are going to see this on Thursday. I go to school on Saturday, so what I'm going to try to do is pre-record like 2 or 3 videos so I can get those out, just because when I get back to school, everything's hectic. So please get the comments out of the way right now of what teams you want me to do, because starting then I'm going to have 2 or 3 scheduled. So obviously I can't change that once they're scheduled. So just let me know that down below in the comment section. I know I mentioned it in our video before this as well, and I'll obviously mention at the beginning of a future video, just because obviously more people are at the beginning of videos, but I seriously started on rambling. But, everyday videos, I love doing them when I'm at home. It's just at school, it's not a reality for me. It's super unfortunate, but at the end of the day, I have priorities, and I went to college to get a degree. And if I made a YouTube video every day, I'd have to miss class, and that wouldn't probably be the best idea for me getting a degree. So hopefully you guys can understand that one, but I will do my best. It's, last semester I had 6 classes, so it was super busy. I typically only got around 2 to 3 a week out, sometimes even less, which is super sad to say. But hopefully it's around 3 to 4. That's what I've normally been doing at school, and I think that's been pretty good, and I think most of you guys do understand. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to shoot me a DM on Twitter. I'd be happy to answer them for you. But as always, that does it for me. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.